everyone, we are Group 12. My name is Zhou Yichuan.
My name is Hu Kaiyue.
My name is Lin Shiyi.
My name is Luo Xiaoyi.
My name is Zhong Zhuotong.
This is our learning journey for this course.
First, let me talk about what I have learned. At the beginning, I thought leadership only meant giving order or making decisions, but from week 1 to week 4, I learned different leadership styles and theories. I really like transformational leadership because it inspires people and creates positive changes. I also learned that leadership is about values, emotion, and working with people, not just controlling. In week 5 and 6, I learned about the importance of value and ethics in leadership. Good leaders have honesty, fairness, and a sense of responsibility. The case of Finland's education system really impressed me because it showed how trust and collaboration make school better. In week 8 and 9, I learned about leading change in education. I realized change is difficult because of people's fear and limited resources. Cotter's 8-step model and Finland's idea about teamwork taught me how to manage change step by step. In week 10, the AI video made me realize AI is not a threat, but a tool. Good leaders should become lead learners and teach others how to use AI safely and meaningfully. Finally, in week 13, I learned about future leadership changes like globalization and digital education. I now know that future leaders need digital and cultural skills too. Before taking this course, I never thought of myself as a leader. I believed only school principals could be leaders. But after this semester, I realized every teacher can lead in their classroom, and students can lead in group work. This course also made me understand that leadership doesn't have one fixed style. It depends on people, situations, and the school environment. I also feel that value and ethics are very important for leaders. I want to be a leader who is fair, honest, and respect everyone. What touched me the most was the idea of collaboration. I used to think teachers work alone, but now I see the power of teamwork. PLCs and STEAM hubs show me that when teachers work together, schools can improve quickly. In the future, I hope to become a teacher leader. I want to create a positive school culture where students and teachers feel supported and respected. I will use transformational leadership to motivate my colleagues and build a shared vision. When facing change, I will plan carefully, communicate clearly, and show small success to reduce fear. I also plan to use AI and technology in smart ways, but always focus on people's feelings and relationship first. To conclude, this course has changed my thinking about leadership. It gave me many new ideas and made me feel more confident about my future in education. Thank you to my lecturer and classmates for all the lessons and discussions. I really enjoyed this course. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Luo Xiaoyi, and after these weeks, I have something to share with you. Well, I think taking this course has been a game changer, like discovering what real leadership means in schools. And let me share what I've learned. First, I used to think leaders were born, not made. But studying different leadership ideas proved me wrong. Some research suggested leaders are born with natural traits, but other studies showed we can learn to balance tasks and relationships. The example of Finland's school was eye-opening. Their system works because leadership is shared, not just focused on one person. That's when I realized leadership is a team effort, not a solo job. Another key insight I gained is the difference between leading and managing. Coulter said leaders focus on big picture goals, while managers handle daily tasks. Think about Steve Jobs. He didn't just run Apple, he sold a version of innovation. In schools, that means principals shouldn't just enforce rules. They should inspire everyone to work towards helping students succeed. Ethnic also become very clear when we discussed a principal who admitted a budget mistake. I saw that honesty isn't optional, it's essential. It's how you build trust. The case about corruption in Philippine schools showed me that even small dishonest choices can ruin a school's culture. As leaders, we must model values like fairness because kids and teachers will follow our example. Personally, the part about emotional intelligence changed how I communicate. Government's work told me that understanding your own feelings and empathizing with others are not soft skills, they are essential. Look at how Jacinda Ardern did during crisis. She didn't just give facts, she showed care. That's the kind of leader I want to be. Someone who listens first, then acts with both logic and compassion. Technology used to stress me out, but the AI module helped. Using a database approach, I will ask, does this tool help we learn? Or is it just cool? When a school adopts new technology, leaders should focus on making a real impact, like Thailand's educational reforms, which aim to help all students, not just use gadgets. And the biggest takeaway, I think, is I know that the leadership is about progress, not a job title. Whether it's Malaysia's shift for education or Singapore's education reform, great leaders share one thing: they put people first. As I move forward, I will remember that every decision, from budgets to lesson plans, shapes the environment where the kids and the teachers grow. And last, here's the real truth I've learned. Education leadership isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about creating rules where everyone feel smart. And whether that's using data to improve a lesson plan, standing up for an ethnic choice, or simply saying, I believe in you to your students. Every action ripples out. And this is my final reflection for this course. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Hu Kaiyue. What does it really take to lead a school or education system effectively? Over the past 40 weeks, I have explored leadership series like an adventure in the jungle, while refining practical wisdom in education management like a craftsman. Today, I want to share 3 key discoveries from this transformative journey in just 5 minutes. 1. The biggest mindset shift for me was realizing leadership isn't about culture. It's about influence. Like how Steve Jobs didn't just manage Apple, he inspired his teams to think differently. In schools, this means focusing less on enforcing rules and more on helping teachers and students see new possibilities. 2. I learned there's no single best leadership style. Sometimes you need to be decisive. Other times you need to step back and let teachers lead. The key is reading each situation and adopting what researchers call situation leadership. 3. The most powerful lesson: leadership without exercise in empathy. Case study like Malala's Fight for Education exercise reminded me that our decisions must serve students first, especially the most valuable. That means making thought choices, like reading sport in response to supporting strongly schools. Here's what this journey has taught me. Exceptional education leaders, blind vision, adaptability, and unwavering principles. Qualities we as teachers cultivate daily in our classroom. Our profession has already equipped us with the most crucial leadership skills: the patience to listen, the wisdom to adapt, and the heart to put students first. So, next time you are making a decision, whether in your classroom or at staff meeting, ask yourself this teacher's vision of the leadership question. Am I just delivering content, or am I truly educating? Because in the end, leadership and teaching are two sides of the same coin, both about lighting fires in young minds, not just filling visions. Remember, every great leader was first shaped by great teachers. Now it's our turn to pay that forward, not just in our classroom, but throughout our entire educational communities.
Hello everyone, my name is Zhao Yichuan, and this is my educational leadership course reflection. Key takeaways. One of the most impactful parts of this course of me was gaining an understanding of various leadership theories, such as transformational leadership, instructional leadership, and servant leadership. I learned how each leadership style can influence school culture, teacher motivation, and student learning outcomes. I now have a clear understanding of how essential it is of school leaders to inspire and gather their terms tower and share goal in order to achieve long-term success. Personal reflections. This course has changed my perspective on leadership in educational settings. I used to believe that leadership was mainly about management and authority. Now I see leadership as a process of improvement, relationship building, and continuous self-reflection. The course encouraged me to examine my own values, base, and leadership potential. Future applications. In my future academic and professional journey, I plan to, by using the ideas of transformational leadership, I will motivate and evaluate my co-workers and students to correct a culture of learning that is always getting better. I will also implement diversity and fairness by promoting teaching methods that are inclusive and culturally responsive, making sure that everyone has the same chance in every educational setting. I will also use data to keep track of student progress, evaluate how well my teaching is working, and make discussions based on evidence. Finally, I will commit to reflective practice, always reevaluating my leadership style and adjusting to new challenges. In the end, I want to be a leader that inspires others, encourages teamwork, and make sure that all students have a fair chance to thrive in school. That's all my part. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lin Shiying. It's my pleasure to share my reflections on my learning journey throughout this educational leadership course and how I plan to apply what I have learned in my future academic and professional life. First, let me begin with my key takeaways. This course has fundamentally reshaped how I understand leadership. One of the most important lessons is realizing that leadership is not just about giving orders or managing tasks. It's about influencing, inspiring, and guiding others toward a common goal. I have learned the key traits of effective leadership, including integrity, adaptability, vision, and emotional intelligence. These are not just abstract concepts. They are practical tools that define how successful leaders navigate challenges. I was particularly inspired by the concept of transformational leadership, which emphasizes motivating others, fostering innovation, and supporting professional growth. It made me realize that good leaders do not simply focus on organizational goals. They focus on developing people. Additionally, understanding the differences between leadership and management has been eye-opening. while management focuses on processes. Leadership is about people, about creating meaning and building trust. Moving on to my personal reflections. This course made me reflect deeply on my own leadership style. I noticed that in the past, I often learned toward task-oriented management, focusing on getting things done efficiently. However, I now realize that building relationships, listening actively, and being emotionally present are just as critical, if not more important. Learning about emotional intelligence, especially self-awareness and empathy, has pushed me to become more mindful of how my actions and communication impact others. This course has also connected deeply with my passion for education. These discussions about ethical leadership in the digital age, the role of AI in schools, and the importance of inclusivity have been particularly meaningful. They remind me that leadership is not just about efficiency, it's also about values, fairness, and social responsibility. Look ahead to the future. I'm determined to bring this lesson into my career. As a future educational leader, I aim to create a learning environment that is supportive, innovative, and inclusive. I will apply transformational leadership by empowering teachers, supporting their growth, and fostering a collaborative school culture. I will also pay close attention to emotional intelligence, practicing empathy, active listening, and trust building to strengthen relationships with colleagues, students, and parents. In conclusion, this course has been more than just an academic experience. It has been a journey of self-discovery and growth. I am living with not only knowledge but also a deeper sense of purpose and responsibility as a future leader in education. I'm looking forward to applying these principles to make a positive impact in my professional life and the communities I serve. Thank you very much.